I'm back. It's been ages since I've done a video. I can't remember the last time I spoke to you guys. I reckon it's been way over a month, maybe 2 months. I have moments where I disappear for like a month. I do understand and appreciate that. It's definitely been about 6 weeks, maybe more, since I did a gaming market video, but last time I actually sat and in front of the camera and actually talked to you guys about pickups, what I've been playing, what I've been up to, what games I'm excited about, what I'm collecting for, what retro I'm playing, what modern I'm playing. Last time I've done that in front of the camera, I can't remember. I've been putting it off for a while purely because I've been enjoying myself. I've been playing a lot of games, so it's for a good reason. I've played a hell of a lot of games. So this video is going to be one in particular, right? I'm going to basically be telling you what I've been playing because I've made some notes and it's in a burn book, which is from Mean Girls, so you know it's serious.
You can't stick with us!
You know things are about to get real. I was trying to think since I've last been on. Like I looked through my Nintendo Switch 2, and I looked through the software, most recent games, and there was a good 8 games which I've played a fair chunk of. So I made notes of them. There's going to be at least 8 games I'm really excited to tell you guys about. It's going to be the good, bad, and the ugly. Some of them I'm telling you need to avoid. Like I'll tell you a bit about them. They might be for you, but they weren't for me. There's definitely one clanger in there, like such a bad game. It lured me in and it's terrible. But there's some really good games in there. Some old games, some very new games. And then a game which is just a genre I don't normally play. And it's opened my mind up to a completely new genre. And I've loved it. I've played over 40 hours of it. So that's what I'm going to go through with you guys in this video. There are some other things that have changed. I don't know when I'm going to get to... you address the elephant in the room. The backdrop's a bit different. I've completely changed this room around. There's still some spaces down there, so you can see it's still in progress. But basically this room, these shelves are new. I've changed all the shelving situation. All the cabs on this wall are now in one wall, all fitting nicely over there. So basically this whole room's changed, which is why originally I didn't do any videos for a few weeks because it was carnage in here. And then I'm a creature of habit. You know what it's like. You don't do something for a while, then it becomes a norm and you get used to not doing something. So I've had an idea of wanting to tell you about these games and other things. So yeah, I'm going to tell you about these games in a moment. I will do a video in the future once I've got everything in place, maybe a room tour or something like that, so you guys can see exactly what I've done. I did take pictures of the odd thing when I move things down, and I've always had this idea about doing a video on building the games room. I know a lot of people do film changes and stuff. But I'm going to be brutally honest with you, I don't know if I can be bothered. I know they're good for views and stuff, but I really don't know if I can be bothered with all the ag. I'd rather just get it finished, the actual room itself. So right, I'm going to go through these games with you. There's another video I want to do. There's going to be about 4 videos coming thick and fast. Because I'm not around next week, so I'm going to try and film in the next few days and I'll get a few out on a row. So I'm going to have this video today. I want to do a video on my Game Gear collection because I've had some good friends, Digital Monkery, who else? John Bundy as well. Both picked up games that I needed and sent them to me, which was really kind. And another gift for John Bundy, which I'll talk about at some point. And then I've even had a game, Boom Street on the Wii, sent by Feed Me Chicken, because me and Retro Ed about 2 years ago played it around Feed Me Chicken's house. And we had some good times. He lent me that, and I haven't had a chance to play it. And that brings me on to the next video. So I'll update my Game Gear collection because I'm well over the 100 mark now and they're looking lovely. But the reason why I haven't been playing much Sega Game Gear, I haven't played any Nintendo Wii. I've been obsessed with the Nintendo Switch 2. I really have, and it's stopped me from playing any retro. I've not played any retro at all. Yeah, nothing. I haven't even played any arcade cabs. Literally nothing. Why this room has been sort of under construction. I've been selling a lot of stuff, which has been very handy because it's enabled me to fund new games in and get rid of some things like collectibles, figures, things I haven't got room for. When I started changing the room around, I realised how much space I was wasting with things that I don't need anymore. You know, I've enjoyed it, I've had fun with it, it's time to move it on, and I've made some good money from it, which is really good. Everything I've sold, I've made a profit on, which is really helpful because I've had a lot of outgoings with different things that we've had to pay for, so that's really helped. So there's another video that I want to do about my Switch 2 pickups because I have picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, I think about 8 games. Well, there's actually yeah, I probably picked up 6 Switch 2 games, and then there's a couple of super rare. I'm actually backed up. There's 3 super rare games. There's a lot of Switch games to talk about and Switch 2 games. And one of them in particular, again, I've never played. It's a big series of games. I've never played any of them, and I bought it on a Switch 2, and now I'm like, oh my God, I want to go through the back catalogue and go through the retro consoles. I say retro, I mean like PS2. It's not that old. And I want to play all the older editions. A couple of people I might have spoke to in the last week or two, or have heard me on a podcast talking about it, then you've probably already know what it is. But if not, it's a secret for when that comes. And then I thought I'd do another video of what I've been up to, because I thought, why not? I might introduce that as a bit of a new thing between videos, just what I've been up to. It's been up to a lot of cool, fun shit. Unless you follow me on Facebook, which isn't Marathon Gaming, so unless you know my real name, then and I've met you in real life, I'm not going to pass that over the internet. And then on Instagram and stuff like that, actually, I don't really post things on Instagram. That's more for my running. So really, it's just Facebook. Unless you follow me on Facebook, you probably don't know what I've been up to. So yeah, those sort of videos, ideas. And then I do want to play lots of retro. I want to get back into, I really want to get into the Dreamcast, which has been bothering me for quite a while. There's lots of events coming up. I want to talk about that at some point. Like Blackpool, absolutely buzzing, excited for that. Can't wait to find out who's going to be on there. That would be really, really good. Missed out on Timeless. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it down because I had some other commitments, and that was in a week. I was at work. That's a big commitment. But right, I've waffled for 7 minutes, and this is why I need to make more continuous videos, because you don't want to sit through a long one. I'll try and keep them short and sweet, different topics. So I'm going to show some footage, either trailers of the game or footage that I've found, well, footage that I've recorded myself, like on Biocam, or if it's footage from someone else, I'll try and I don't earn any money anyway, but I'll put the link to them in the description, I suppose, where I've nicked the video from, in case I get shirty about it. Right, first of all, so Switch 2 games that have consumed my soul. First of all, Balatro. Now, I know it's a very, very old game, and it was like Game of the Year. Not even last year. It was last year, or maybe the year before. And rightly so, smashed it on Steam. I'm sure everyone's heard of it, but basically it's a bit like a poker game. But it's played differently. It's not like Texas Hold'em. There's slightly different rules to it, and it is a roguelike. So each run is different. You can unlock new decks, start the hands differently, and basically you're trying to get your. Well, actually, no, this is what I was doing. The reason why I was playing so much Balatro is I was trying to get my highest one hand. You see how far you can get, and it gets harder and harder. The antes go up. A bit like poker, but it is very different. And basically, it was a high score competition from the Unofficial Controller podcast 1 month, which Digital Monkey runs. And he said, highest hand, you got a month, highest hand wins. And I thought, do you know what? I brought Balatro on the Switch because everyone went on about it. I played it for an hour and thought, yeah, I see why people play it. Maybe not even an hour. And I was like, yeah, it's a good game. It's all right. And then literally it consumed me for about 2-3 weeks. So like every week when we filmed the podcast, we always start off a segment with what we've been playing. And I was just coming in with us banging the same drum, Balatro, for like weeks. So I played a lot of hours on there for the whole of that month, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I just wanted to let people know, like, you might have done the same thing as me. You might have thought, oh, I like card games. I like poker games, and I like roguelikes, because I do. So I thought I'll buy that, but it didn't click. You need to give it time. Like, people always say this, and I don't have time for it. You know, people go, oh, it's not good at the beginning. You've got to invest. Give it 5 hours and it gets good. I wouldn't say that as exaggeration, but you need to play at least an hour. Like, you won't get it at first. You'll do a run, you'll die. Do a run, you lose. Do a run, you lose. Like, get half a dozen runs in you, and then it gets really, really good, like, after about an hour. So, yeah, I've been playing a lot of Balatro. That was the first thing. Another game I want to talk about is Donkey Kong Bonanza. Spoiler alert, that will be one of the pickups. Have I got the case here? No, that's downstairs. So I'll tell you what. Actually, no, I'll save the Switch 2. I'm trying to get this, Scott, tunnel vision. Come on, stop being all over the place. Right, Donkey Kong Bonanza is really, really good. I only done like 10 hours on it. I know people have got very, very far, hundreds of layers through. It's absolutely brilliant. Again, I've talked about this on the podcast before. It was made from the same people that made Super Mario Odyssey. And originally, I've forgotten now, because when I was doing all my research for the show, that was weeks and weeks ago. It was skinned originally as a different type of game, basically, than it was made for. Wasn't Kirby, was it? It slipped my mind. But anyway, Donkey Kong Bonanza is really, really good. You can just get lost in just finding the collectibles, smashing everything up. The whole universe is destroyable. It's really, really good. It's completely different to any Donkey Kong game we've had before. So if you haven't enjoyed, like, I'm not a big platformer guy, I'm really not. But if you haven't, it's so unique, the mechanics of it. It really is. It's a real standalone game, completely different to the series. So if you've not enjoyed other Donkey Kong games, or you don't enjoy Mario games or platformers in general, like, do give it a go. I played 10 hours of it, and then I always have a problem. I get stuck on the easiest games, like kids games. I love Luigi Mansion games, but I've completed them all, but every half an hour I have to look something up on YouTube, and I looked something up, got stuck, and it's something really early on, like about the water pipes or something like that. One of the early, like, campaign missions, like main storyline quests, and I kept looking something up. It was annoying me. I was like, right, no, put that down, play another game. So that is one I want to go back to, but I haven't been able to find the time for it because I've just got so much games that I'm playing on the Switch 2 at the minute. There's so much. I don't know how that one snuck in the list. That's a Switch 2 game. It shouldn't be in the list, but I suppose because I played it such a long time ago. Right, this third one, this is a no. Don't get this. Dino Survivor. Right, it's a Dino Survivor. Lured me in because it was very cheap on the eShop from release. Like, I'm talking under a £5, and it's basically an RPG where you play as a dinosaur. And I watched the trailer, I watched the screenshots. I was like, brilliant. You start off as a crap dinosaur, you work your way up, you get like raptors, you can be T-Rex and all this sort of stuff. And it's an RPG, so you go around fighting other dinosaurs, say monsters, and then you'll get some sort of currency. You can make yourself stronger. You can make yourself faster. You can upgrade your health, your attack, your defense, all that stuff. And there's all different missions. And I thought, brilliant. I played it, right? And it's so bad. You know, when something's so bad, it almost becomes good. But it got to a point where it's unplayable. So basically, I realised early on that all the missions are the same. So there's about 10 dinosaurs. And I did about 7. I tried to stick with it. You can probably complete the game in 10 hours. I reckon I've done 5 hours. And basically do these 40 missions, and they're all the same maps, and then some of them are like, takes 30 seconds. It's like levels. You're like, right, kill these 2 dinosaurs, right, pick up this stick, take it over there, right, pick up this plant, take it over there. You do these like dinosaur things, but there's too many flaws of it. And I'm gonna, again, I've talked about this on the podcast, but if you don't listen to it, I'm gonna try and go through the top of my head now. So what was the biggest problem with it is it's not a real RPG because you don't need to grind and level up. The only thing you have to, I realised after the first dinosaur, I left every attribute at minimum. Only thing I put up was speed because it takes ages. The game's so boring and rubbish, I wanted to go faster. You don't need anything. You can beat the last boss dinosaur with your first level basics. You don't need anything. So that was rubbish. Then different dinosaurs all fight the same. They just sling their head and their neck. There's no unique from like a small dinosaur to a big one. Like, I mean, I don't know the dinosaur names, but the ones with the big long necks do the same things as the little ones like this. It was rubbish, right? And then it got clanky. It got to the point where I made my dinosaur so fast, it was too fast for the game. It was like all glitchy. It's like, yeah, it was so like tank controls and glitchy, and then turning and loading times, and like with the attacks, like towards the end it became unplayable. Like, you couldn't play it. It was that bad. What else was terrible about it? It was just so bad, and there was nothing about it was an RPG. Oh yeah, and also, like, so you got a level, it's open world to an extent. It's not, because only so far you can go. And like, say it's like, right, I've got to kill you over there, this dinosaur. You go over, you'll walk past 2 or 3 other dinosaurs, you'll be like, oh right, they're going to interact, they're going to start. They don't. Like, everything's an NPC. Like, they don't even get involved. And I was like, this isn't realistic. I mean, I know I wasn't around when the dinosaurs were about, but I'm pretty sure I couldn't just walk past, punch one and walk off. It would definitely have a go at me, wouldn't it? It would have a little nip, at least. But yeah, I mean, I could talk about this. I'm sure I spoke about it in the Discord. And also, thanks to everyone who has been in the Discord. That's still been going strong. There's been a lot of chatting there. It's been really fun. And I do get at the end of, after a video's been out a while, I always put the link to join the Discord, which is basically like a community thing where you talk to people all throughout the day and stuff. And that link expires after a week. They always do. So unless you're watching this video within a week and try to join, it will expire. So just keep an eye on the next video, or message, if you've got my number, message me privately. But yeah, so that's Dino Survivor. Do not buy it. It's literally for like £1 or £2. If you're curious, you will get fun out of it for a couple of hours. So it depends how you look at it. because you rent a film on, you'll pay a fiver to rent a film on Sky, at least, wouldn't you? Probably £8. You'll pay a fiver to go see a film at cinema. You'll get at least 2 hours out of it, but don't do what I do. You'll get the hump. It's only fun at the beginning, and it's very repetitive. It's not an RPG. It's terrible. In fact, the developers should apologise, and I know why they've done it. It came out at the same time the new Jurassic Park film came out. That's something I want to talk about as well in a later video, what I've been up to. I've seen bloody every film at the cinema, pretty much. Me and the missus have been loving it, going like every week, religiously. And that was what started it off actually ages ago, when that Jurassic Park came out. We went back to cinema because she's my wife's favourite film franchise. And they're all rubbish, aren't they, other than the first two? They're all crap. But this one pulled it back. The new Jurassic Park, I'm going off on a tangent again. The new Jurassic Park's really good. And then they all play on. All developers, they bash out a game out of nowhere, do with dinosaurs because it's trending. And I fell for it. Hook, line and sinker. Right, don't get that one. Here's another game. Right, Telling Lies. I'll give you two. Telling Lies and The Complex. So these are what you call FMV games. Is it? I've forgotten what it stands for. You know the games where you're playing it and you just make a decision and like there's different multiple endings. And then sometimes you make a decision. You're basically watching a full motion video. Thank you. That's what it's called. I've got there in the end. It's not as good as the games which are on like PlayStation, Xbox. You know the horror games, and that was a film. Again, that slipped my mind. And that's very good. And the things are interlinked, and just like you've got to press things at the right time. It's not like that. It's more like it's filmed like a film, and it will talk to someone, and it says, "What do you want to do? Go in this door or that door?" You choose, sort of thing. Those sort of games, right? Now, from a particular developer, I remember ages ago there was a game called Night Shift. You might have heard me on a video years ago talk about it. I loved it. I tried to get all different endings. I loved it. Now, I don't want to pay £10, £15 for these games because they're not all good, and I've made a mistake of buying ones that haven't been good. But I kept an eye on the eShop, and Telling Lies was in there, and The Complex. Complex didn't click with me at all. Really didn't enjoy it. And in Telling Lies, I tried to enjoy it because I liked the simplicity of it. Speaker simplicity. It's a lot like Simulacra, which is like a horror game. You can get it on iPhone. And this is amazing. I remember, Retrohead, if you're watching this, I remember telling you about it. This was like an indie gem for the Switch 1 years ago, like 6, 7 years ago. It was really good. Basically, it's like you found someone's phone, you're trying to find out who it belongs to by going through the messages and stuff, and some weird supernatural horror stuff comes in. It's brilliant. And this is what this looked like. So Telling Lies, basically you've got loads of video recordings of someone going on lots of dates with different women. She's like, oh, what's going on here? Something insidious or something, you know, ominous. And like, is he going to murder these women? What's going on? And basically you're hearing one-sided conversation, and you're trying to search for the computer keywords to find footage to piece together all these different characters and what they have to do with this one man of all these dates. And big shout out to Ginge. I don't think Ginge watches this channel, so it's a waste of time. But Ginge, if you are watching this, so he was a friend of mine who's in the Discord of the Unofficial Controller podcast, and I actually got to meet him in Nottingham, which was really, really nice. He's got the most platinums out of anyone I know. Platinums every game he gets his hand on. We're talking hundreds of games. And he actually got the platinum on it. I don't know how he stuck with it, so I've got no hat on, but I'll take it off for him. But yeah, if anyone's into FMVs, please let me know, because so far I've only loved one, which was Late Shift. But another game, and this one got me really good. It felt like longer, but I only played it for 10 or 15 hours. It's called Stranded Deep. Now, I bought this at the same time. I haven't wrote the other one down. I bought two survival games because they looked interesting. It was called The Long Dark was the other one, and it was done a lot more beautifully. The animation looked, I wonder if that was Team 17, but I don't know the publisher, I don't know the developer. The animation looked like Dredge, which is Team 17, yeah? But I don't know the developer, because it looked the same, if you know what I mean. Just the way the characters were, that sort of cartoon, sketchy art. But that was very well polished, but I just couldn't work out. You crash in the mountains, and then you try and, like, you're an alcoholic or whatnot, pilot, you crash. There's a nice bit of story there, and you're trying to, I couldn't really get into it. I tried a few times, but I just kept on. I played at the same time as Stranded Deep, and I kept going back to Stranded Deep. I talked about it so much months ago that even George from the UCP absolutely loved it, and he played a bit of it as well. I say he loved it, I talked him into playing it. It's not a complete game by any means. There's a lot of messed up things to it. I think it was on Game Pass at one point on PlayStation Plus, so do check it out and get it cheap. It's well worth a tenner. I think I paid under 15 quid for it. basically on a desert island, and you're like it's like a little life sim Tamagotchi. You can't be in the sun too long. You've got to cut down coconuts and drink them to stay alive. You've got to eat by getting a stick, shaving it, catching fish, that sort of thing. And then you learn to cook, start fires, catch bigger things, catch birds, cut down trees, make shelters, make boats, go to other islands, hunt wild boar. It goes on and on. So there's a lot to it. I only managed to leave my island a few times, visit islands. I didn't manage to set up camp on another island. And as you progress in the game, things trigger. Once you've I don't like crafting games generally, but I really enjoyed this. Once you've crafted so much stuff, it unlocks a story. And then within that story, it gives you prompts and there's things to do. Like you can, there's sharks and big monsters to take on. You can make airplanes and travel to different destinations. But I just played it as like a cozy game. So I'd turn it on each day and I was just doing the bare minimum, just surviving each day. I just quite enjoyed the cutting down and I just found it relaxing. It reminded me of when I played Animal Crossing during COVID. Like I just found it a relaxing game, if you know what I mean. So if anyone's after like a really good survival game, I don't know if it's that because I only played 10 hours, 15 hours or so. And I didn't really do anything in the story. Jules did a lot more than me. He made boats and stuff and he was off exploring. I was just hanging out my island, just me, myself and I. Not much just being Bear Grylls basically. I didn't really look to try and get home or anything like that. But yeah, that was a really good game. That is one I'd say I would recommend, and I wouldn't necessarily go back to it because I know I've got so many great games to play, but I did really enjoy it and I would recommend it. If anyone's played any of these games, always let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys if you have played it. I'll save this one for last because I absolutely love it. Right, actually, I have wrote down The Long Dark. So I told you a bit about that. Right, penultimate game. Fool's Pub. Very, very fun game. Apparently it was on Steam a long time ago. I remember talking to Seb, Triple S, from the Single Player Experience podcast. I spoke to him about it. And I didn't realise he's played everything. He gets sent codes from developers and stuff. Seb, he's proper in there. He's proper out there in the gaming industry, unlike myself. So every time I play a game, I know Seb's played it, so I can always ask him. And basically what it is, it's kind of it's poker for kids. Very clever. It's Russian. I'm not going to beat around the bush. It's Russian roulette. You sit around a table. It's its own game, right? And basically it's a bluffing game. I don't know if it's a real game in America. There's only two, basically it's about 4 or 6 avatars you can be. They're all animals. And then you can either be in a pub or a bar, so like American or English style. You sit around a table, you get so many cards. It goes, say I say I've got 1 ace, I put it down. Then it goes around a table, you either say bluff, and you think I'm lying, and I have to prove it. If I'm wrong, I take a bullet to the head. If I'm right, you take a bullet to the head. So you only want to say I'm bluffing, you think I haven't. So what normally happens, I put an ace down, next person will go 2 aces, next person will go 2 aces, and you think, hold on a minute, there's 5 aces. One of them's lied, but you don't know which. But if you haven't got the card, you have to lie, otherwise you take a bullet to the head. So on that philosophy, it's really fun. I say it's for kids. There's no real bullets. It's like a bang, firework, sparkles come out. But it's fun, and there's luck in it as well, because like you could have 6 bullets and it won't be the bullet. You could get it wrong once, but then like 6 times. But you could have a bad player, and he could bang, have one life, one mistake, and then shoot himself and be dead. So there was some luck thrown into it as well, which I liked. It's very good. But the computer's very easy to beat. I beat them all. Then I went online, and again, because it's a bit of a kiddies game, I found it very easy to outbluff people. Very easy. Lying to children's easy. But you can, once people sort of lose a few of their bullets, and it's likely they was going to lose, they were quitting the game, and there's no rank system, there's no punishment, so people were just exiting out the game when they realised I was playing someone good. So I found it frustrating. I only played it for an hour, but I think I paid 99p for it, or $1.99 from release. So if you're after a quick game to play on a commute, like on a bus or a train, I would recommend Fool's Pub, because you can pick it up and play it like 20 minutes each day for a week. It will keep you well entertained. But it's not a game, it hasn't... They wouldn't have updated it because it's been out on Steam for years. It's just been come over to Nintendo Switch, and I bet it's done well. But if the price has gone up, I wouldn't pay over $5 for it, because I doubt you play it for more than an hour or 2. But that was really good. Right, I've been waffling for 25 minutes. I want to keep it to half an hour. Otherwise, I'll lose everyone. So I'm going to finish it off with the game I've been in love with, and it's been replaced by another game I'm in love with. Well, actually two. So Harvestella, and basically I just stumbled across Harvestella. I was looking for the eShop, and there was a demo for it, and it's from Square Enix. It looked interesting. I downloaded it. I love a free demo. And the reason why I did, I had a memory of RGT talking about it on the podcast about a year ago, and it was his favourite game on the Switch. It came out about 2022, I think, so a few years ago. It's from Square Enix. It's a action JRPG, not my type of game generally. It's also it's a hybrid. It's an action JRPG with also farming elements, with life sim elements. Now, I've played a life sim game, very basic, my time Porsche. I've played very basic farming games. I've played Animal Crossing. And I've played some RPGs, not really action-based. I haven't played much modern Final Fantasies, but I've played like OG Final Fantasies. I've played and completed Dragon Quest 1. I'm talking retro stuff, you know. I get a bit lost in the modern stuff. Past Sudoku, like anything modern past that, I'm a bit lost in the RPG world, to be honest, other than Zeldas and stuff. So this is a hybrid of all of them. And what's good, let me put that down. What's good is they're not too heavy. Like, I can't play Harvest, not Harvest Moon. What is it? Stardust? Harvest? What's the big game? There's a big game. Oh, my mind's gone blank. You'll be shouting at the internet. Shouting at the internet. How old do I sound? Shouting at your device. Right, you know what I mean. How has that slipped my mind? I'm going to have to fast forward this while I'm just thinking. It's a Scott's thinking face. It's not Harvestella, because that's what I'm playing. I can't think of what it's called. I can picture the case. Anyway, it's a big farming game. It's like the #1 farming game. Everything's trying to compete with it. But I find them quite heavy. And I tried to play it. Stardew Valley. Finally got there. So Stardew Valley, which is based off Harvest Moon games, the retro games that we used to have. And that's meant to be like the best. And everyone plays that. But I find it too heavy. So this is very simplified. You know, you do it, it helps, but you don't have to rely heavily on it. And it's really good. You do a bit of farming. And when you get bored, you do a bit of exploring, JRPG action, a bit of slashing. And then when you get bored of that, you do a bit of life sim. And it's not too heavy with that either. So when I'm in life, so I'm in relationships, like talking to other characters, doing side quests, that sort of stuff. Now, it's good anyway from that respect. I love the farming, love everything about it. It's not overly complicated. It got me into it so much, I started messaging other friends, Firm Returns, Retro Ed, RGT, and they were telling me about Cattle Country, because that's not too serious. And I was like, oh, I love that. Now I'm thinking, do I love life sims and farming games? So I brought, spoiler alert, that'll be coming up in a future video, I brought Rune Factory. Everyone says Rune Factory on the Switch too. Square Enix have copied that to make Harvestella. Now, Harvestella is so good. What's beautiful about it is I'm a guy, when it comes to story and campaign, I get bored and I skip dialogue. The dialogue is so, and then later on I wonder what's going on. I have no empathy for characters. I'm like, oh, what's this story about? I've got terrible attention span. Now, this is very good. You don't want to skip any of it. Every side quest I'm trying to do, every story is amazing. And what's really good, and I hope this does it justice to the footage I choose on the screen. If not, please check the demo out. The demo is very long. It's a 4-hour demo it took me to complete it. It's brilliant. And you can get the game physical for 20 quid. Digital, it's 50 quid because it's Square bloody Enix. And it's a bit of a cult classic. They was going to make, the developers left the company who was going to make a second one. So the second one's never happened, unfortunately. And there's different areas to go to, and each area, I'm at 30 minutes, I promise I'll wrap this up. Each area has its own like climate. So like one could be like cherry blossoms in Japan, one could be like you're in the mountains in Russia, one would be like you're in a fishing village and you can go underwater like Jar Jar Binks land. There's so many different layers and like a bit like dungeon crawlers to explore. It's so good and it's so well balanced. Like I just steamed through the first 30-40 hours like it was nothing, with no hiccups. I really enjoyed it. I absolutely love Harvestella, and to be honest with you, if I did a video 2-3 weeks ago, I probably would have talked about Harvestella for ages. But it's just so good. But I don't feel like I need to talk loads about it, because just from you seeing footage on the screen, probably the trailer and that short brief description, just go and get the demo, because that's all you need to do. Get the demo and you see for yourself. Like, trust me, play the first few days of that and it will get you, it won't. And the reason I wanted to bring it to people's attention, because there's some big YouTubers out there, you know, people that I watch your video of, I don't want to say names in case I upset anyone, but big professional YouTubers, you know, in England, America, Poland, and all around the world. And they haven't given it, they just say it's a mid-game at 7 out of 10. And they complain about certain things. And I think what's holding it back is everyone says, from the third-person view, it's not very clear. Character looks a bit like not clear. And then even my friend RGT, it's his favourite game on the Switch. He put hundreds of hours into it, like 200 hours or 150 hours. And he said, oh yeah, the loading, it's a bit janky. Like problems with it, basically, running and performance issues. And I said, oh, mate, there's been none. So, like, if you haven't played it, play it now, because I'm playing on a Switch 2. And, you know, like, things are all automatically patched and they run better, because obviously they've made these games to fit in a Switch 1. And it's, you know, it's this big, trying to fit in a hole this big. Now it's going in a Switch 2 and things are just smooth now and we're not having these issues. It's like if you've played Hogwarts on the Switch 1, it's pretty much broken, and then you're playing on the Switch 2 and it's like, oh, it works, you know. So yeah, there's been no performance issues with whatsoever. The game is amazing. I'm curious, I'm cautious of how long I've been chatting for, and I might go on about it again in the future. I need to go back to it. I just played it for so long, and then again, I'm a creature of habit. I was away, I didn't play any games for the Switch for about 5 days, and then I thought, right, before I go back into that, should I try something else? I tried something else and it got me. I'm playing 2 games on the Switch 2 at the minute, and I'm just taking in turns of which one. It's been hard to balance them both, and I've been loving it. I'm going to talk about it on a future video. So I hope you've enjoyed this. And yeah, so I've got Game Gear video coming up, what I've been up to, and obviously Switch 2 pickups. But there's just a little bit about what I've been playing since we've last been on, basically. And I hope you got something from that. I hope there's been some games that you're thinking, right, if I see that on the eShop, I'll avoid. Or there might be some you think, I'm going to heart that, get it in my basket, so then when it's next on sale, it will notify me, so you can put it in your wish list. And I'm sure these games are on other systems, but yeah, if you can take anything from this video, it would be don't play Dino Survivor and do play Harvestella. I'm Scott from Marathon Gaming. See you later. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.